For I'm not ashamed of the gospel. If you're not yet a follower of Jesus, marinate for a minute. I'm speaking directly to the followers of Jesus. Are you ashamed of the gospel? Now, many of you would go, of course I'm not ashamed of the gospel. So here's my question. If you're not ashamed of it, why don't you share it more with people who need it? Because we don't share things that we're ashamed of. Like, we love our Bible studies, to hang out with other Christians, and people going straight to hell. We're like, hey, but I got my Bible study with all my Christians. Paul says, for I'm not ashamed of the gospel, that there's a king and his name is Jesus. For it is the power of God for salvation. See, we have to lose the mentality that salvation is about some afterlife out there. Salvation is about life today, right now, in this moment, that the power of God is unleashed. I cannot be ashamed of the gospel after where he's brought me, where he's taking me. I cannot be ashamed of that gospel and that power. That's what Paul's saying, that there is power in this gospel. There's power to rescue your marriage. There is power to help that son and that daughter. Don't act like your sons and daughters ain't got issues, people. There's power in the gospel. We've got to get back to believing that there's power, not just an intellectual exercise. I get it. I'm a geek. I'm a nerd. I love studying. I read books all the time. But if that doesn't translate to faith, that there is power in the gospel of Jesus Christ, we're wasting our time. There's power to help that little girl that was raped. There's power to meet us in our darkest hour of need. There's power in the gospel to make a new kind of human being.